You know the show. Welcome to the HQ. Bengal power, baby. Bengal power. That's what I'm going with. A little bit of Icky Woods right there. What you got on that, fellas? I got a big show for you today. We got many picks that are going to be hopefully right. We went 6-4 last week. Not the greatest, not the worst. We're always in the positive swing of things. So you have to finish below 500. So place your bet, bitches. Place your bet. All right, before we go into anything, I want to thank the sponsors. Of course, I've got Carl Bull, Carl Taylor, Seth, Chubik. He's got the big head, the bald head. All the guys from the Top Bananas want to welcome the new guys, especially Jonathan. Anyway, this is what we're doing, man. We're going large, okay? We've hit over 150 subscribers, and my numbers and my stats speak for themselves. Fantasy I hit on right. We got a lot of things to go over. Again, showmanart.com, another sponsor, and my boy Harry Mons with Bull City Street Foods. That shit is straight grub, so get it on. Swing and miss, boys and girls, swing and miss. All right, I think the big swing and miss for me is relying on Andrew Luck to step up and be the Pro Bowler that everyone pretends he is. It's obvious that he's not. I don't know if you watched the game, I don't know if you caught the game, but New Orleans made him their bitch. And it was embarrassing. And not only that, but I know for a fact, coming from Ohio, coming from the Midwest, that the fans are forgiving. Andrew Luck got booed. He deserved to get booed. And he's not living up to his potential, and he's not living up to the hype. And you can't blame it on the shadow of Peyton Manning because he came on strong. If anything, he's regressing. And it's a sad state to see, especially when it was against a Saints team. The Saints, which granted, they've got some talent, Drew Brees. They've lost a lot of talent. They suck defensively. Honestly, this should have been a no-brainer pick. I screwed it up. Andrew Luck bent me the fuck over, and therefore, that is my swing and miss. WTF of the week. This is, okay, I gave everyone a teaser on Facebook, so here it goes. The commissioner of the NFL is a fuck-up. Honestly, he's a fuck-up. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if someday he ends up working for the government because that's how big of a fuck-up he is. This guy fines William Gay. Fines him $5,787 because he wore purple fucking cleats, right? To represent, to make aware of his mother who died in a domestic violence act. A serious act. A serious crime. And all he did was wear purple cleats to try to bring attention to it. We're finding kids that are, paying tribute to their parents, doing this and that in the NFL. These, and it's amazing to me. It's amazing. Because then, the flip side of it, Greg Hardy on the sidelines, and remember Greg Hardy, great player once, right? But in the meantime, we find out what kind of guy this is. He's the kind of guy that will slap a bitch up, right? He's got a strong fucking pimp hand. Well, good for him. He's so good at beating on women, right? Because he was found guilty for domestic violence. He was found guilty for threats. And if you go in and you read these kind of things, and if you find me passionate about it, I am. Because this is ridiculous. It's gotten to the point of laughter. Absolute laughter. When a guy is trying to make aware of something that the NFL says that they're supporting. Hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to have people out of the league, we're going to suspend them if they're this kind of individual, and then call fucking Hardy a leader after he goes off, argues with the coach. I believe he knocked the clipboard out of his hand. Regardless, he hasn't learned shit. He deserved to be fined much more than the $5,787. And a matter of fact, Mr. Gay should get a complete refund. This is ridiculous. And I don't know what kind of commissioner you are, except for garbage. Absolute garbage. You're walking in the shadow of the great Paul Tagliabue. You don't do shit right. And it's embarrassing. The league right now is an embarrassment. So my what the fuck of the week, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it anymore. I'm not going to lip read I'm not going to do that shit. It's what the fuck. And when I get asked, hey, T-Bone, why do you cuss on your fucking videos all the time? I'll tell you why. Have you seen my sponsors? They all cuss. All of them. All of my sponsors cuss, so I'm going to cuss. Now look, if Disney wants to sponsor me, great, but right now they're not. So if you want Disney-style sports representation, go watch ESPN, because since Stuart Scott died, they're boring anyway. Here you got T-Bone, and I'm keeping it real right now. Commissioner on the NFL, learn to get it right. What the fuck? All right, sports picks. So this is what we're going to do. I had Louis Colon from Tucson, Arizona ask me, hey man, can you give me what your predictions are for the NBA season, and he gave me a couple of his picks, and actually they panned out. He's real knowledgeable. on basketball. He coaches down there. He has a big-time basketball program down in the Tucson area, so you should look him up. Google him, Louis Cologne. Anyway, here's the thing. For the NBA, what I'm going to do is this. I'm not going to give you any predictions necessarily, except for I'm going to count down the top 5 teams for this year. Number 1, obviously, is going to be my championship pick for this year. Last year, I picked Golden State. It wasn't on YouTube, obviously. I just started this year. But a lot of people know that I picked Golden State, and guess what happened? Boom, shakalaka. So, you can either listen or not. I'm trying to drop knowledge on you. So, here we go. Number 5, I'm going to go with the LA Clippers. I'll tell you why. They had a free agency. Their big man, he almost signed with Dallas. There was all that controversy. The point guard there didn't treat him right, this and that. Here's the problem. Yeah, he went and signed with the Clippers, but the underlying issue's still there. You know, Chris Paul is still going to end up losing his temper and pissing this guy off. So, I don't see the continuity being there, even though he did sign. Yeah, we're a big, happy family. I think Doc Rivers is a great coach. I just don't see it happen. Okay, that's why they're at 5. Number 4, Oklahoma. This is why Oklahoma's number 4. I think on paper, week in, week out, Oklahoma has to be a lock for a championship because Westbrook, Durant, they're just amazing players. Here's the problem with those 2 players. And it's not what you would think. Yeah, they get injured, but here's why. They play at such a fast and hard-paced level. There is no choice but to get hurt. Westbrook is one of the quickest players in the league, and he uses it when he goes to the hole, everything else. He plays 110%. I'm not knocking that team at all. If there was a knock, it was letting Harden get away. Because can you imagine those 3? That would have been a dynasty. But the bottom line is this. They are so skilled, but they can't be healthy. They can't stay healthy because of that skill set. Because they take it to the hole. Because they put their bodies on the line. And it's unfortunate. Great, great team. If they ever do stay healthy, they could do some damage. They could. But the problem is, they're not on the court together a whole lot. And it's just a fact of life. Number 3, Golden State. That was my pick this year. Last year. But this year, I just don't see it. Why? In the preseason, I get it. Preseason's nothing. It's booty. It's garbage. But you do get to kind of get a sense for how the team's feeling mentally. Mentally, I just don't see the fire that they had. They had fire last year. They were hungry, right? They're like, put that fucking hungry meal in front of me. I'm gonna eat that shit up. But I don't see the hunger and the fire out of them. Seth Curry, best player in the NBA, hands down. I'm sorry, he is. He'll not only break your ankle, when your ankle's twisting, your back's gonna snap. That's how good he is. He will F you up and he'll make you a highlight reel. He is amazing. But everyone has to gel. Everyone has to kind of come together. Losing David Lee is bigger than you think. So, with that being said, that's it. Golden State drops to 3. So that gives me my top 2 teams. One's from the Eastern Conference, one's from the Western Conference. Cleveland Cavaliers. Once again, you're number 2. I'm sorry. I'm from Ohio. I would love for you guys to win a championship. LeBron is the king. I'll give it to him. Finally. All right, you are the king. You've done it for so long now. You've led teams to the finals. You've won championships. You're the man, okay? You got Kevin Love coming back. Great. There's just the one thing you don't have, king, and that's your royal airness genes. And what I mean by that is the one thing Michael Jordan had beyond any athlete was the willpower to never lose, never give up, and never take mediocrity as an answer, and never make an excuse. That dude, I remember him in the finals. He's pushing Utah players out of the way. Boom, get out of my way, knocking down shots, putting the onus on the refs. They don't call it, they don't call it. Jordan refused to lose, and he hit the shots. That's the one thing LeBron doesn't have, unfortunately. But he's got everything else. He's a surefire Hall of Famer. I'm not knocking him. No one's Michael Jordan, right? Who are we kidding? But that leads me to my number 1 team. And here's why they're number 1. They've been number 1 for quite a few years. Just never necessarily back-to-back or anything like that. But a total complete dynasty is the San Antonio Spurs. And signing Aldridge from Portland was huge. They reload. They truly do. And the way they do it under Popovich is amazing. I realize I think they came out of the gate with the loss or whatever. I don't care. Do you remember Cleveland at the beginning of last year? They were shit. Shit. They came together. They made it to the finals. But this isn't the Cavaliers. This is a team with championship pedigree, experience, youth, athleticism, the three-point shot, defense, and a system that is proven. So my number one pick, this year's NBA championship. Champions. San Antonio Spurs. You're welcome, Lou. Now, let's go to my NFL picks, okay? I didn't do too bad with picks last week. My overall record of 37, 19, and 7. Last week, my lock it up with Seattle. I told you they're going to spank that ass, and they did. So who am I going with this week? I don't hate Denver. I know you guys here in Denver locally think I hate the Broncos. I don't. If they win a championship, I'm going to be happy for you. I'm going to have a beer with you. A pint, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I'm Irish. I might not ever stop. But the bottom line is this. They're not going to beat the Packers this weekend. Why? Because I picked the Packers to win the Super Bowl. Do you not watch the show? Come on. Packers over the Denver Broncos, okay? I'm going to take Seattle over Dallas. I know, that's easy money, right? Dallas. Anyway, not that I hate Dallas. I don't hate Dallas. I hate Dallas. Fuck you. All right. My lock it up. What do you got right here? Cincinnati Bengals. My lock it up is Pittsburgh over Cincy. What just happened? Pittsburgh over Cincinnati. I know my Bengals. I know their history with the Steelers. And no, Jeremy Simmons, this fucking pick isn't for you. I know you think I jinxed your team because I said that they were going to lose. But the bottom line is, I think a team going into the bye week as hot as they were and as healthy as they were was more of a detriment for the Bengals. Contrary to what Marvin Lewis thinks, it was a detriment to the Bengals. They're going to come out. They're going to be a little bit rusty. I realize that the quarterback for the Steelers, Big fucking Ben, I realize that he's coming back from an injury, potentially playing. But regardless, I just think for whatever reason, there's certain teams. I'll give you an example. UFC. Tito Ortiz was amazing. And at the height of his career, Chuck Liddell made him his bitch. Anytime Tito fought anyone else, Tito gave it to him. But when he fought Chuck, it was knockout central. Why is that? Because there's certain teams, there's certain people that have your number on any given day. The Steelers, for whatever reason, tend to have the Bengals number. So my lock it up is Pittsburgh over my Bengals. But I will be rooting, and if I'm wrong, I will be happy yet again. Okay, NCAA picks. I'm going to give you some. Not a lot of big games this week. I'm going to give you Michigan over Minnesota. That should be a no-brainer. I'm going to give you a big upset, though. Washington State over Stanford. And Stanford's a double-digit spread position this week. You know what I'm saying? They are predicted to body slam this Washington State team. I don't think it's going to happen. This is an upset special. It may not pan out. Okay, predicting upsets is like pulling a 4-leaf clover at your ass. You know, it just you either can do it or you can't. I'm hoping to pull one out my ass. All right, don't judge me. Anyway, Washington State over Stanford, and my lock it up is Notre Dame over Temple. Okay, soccer picks. BPL, I'm going to give you Everton over Sunderland. Huh? And then in the Bundesliga, Bayern Leverkusen over Wolfsburg. And that's tough because I enjoy watching Wolfsburg. I'm going to take Bayer Leverkusen and hope that works out. Also, MLS, they're in the playoffs right now. So I'll wait till, Seattle won last night. I don't know if y'all got it, any of you Galaxy fans. That's right. The Seattle Sounders are for real. So no picks, just one word, Sounders. Fantasy pick time. All right, so what were my fantasy picks week like last week? Straight up royalty. They were spot on. I told you to sit hide. He did absolutely nothing. And what did I tell you? Todd Gurley is money week in, week out. Must start every week, right? You got that? Are you good for the season now? I'm taking care of you. Great picks. I'm glad I made them. Okay, for this week, I'm telling you to start Eric Decker against Oakland. I really think it's going to be a shootout. Absolute shootout. Decker has put up quality numbers with the Jets. Harry, relax. I know I'm talking about your Jets right now, but Decker is a solid wide receiver. He did not get the credit he deserved because everyone thought, oh, he came from Denver. He was part of that program. No, Eric Decker's legit. He's very skilled. And, bottom line, start him this week. Not a problem. Who are you going to sit? I talked to you about the Green Bay-Denver game, right? I told you, and I know you're going to throw that in my face, but T-Bone, you told us never to bench your superstars. Peyton Manning is no longer a superstar. He's a Hall of Famer, no longer a superstar. You remember Brett Favre at the end of his career, how ugly that was? I'm not saying it's ugly. He's an undefeated quarterback, all right? And I don't want to knock Peyton, but he is no longer a top-shelf quarterback in the NFL. Everyone knows that, okay? Sit him this week. You will not gain anything by having him start against the Packers, okay? I'm worried Matthews is going to pop his neck out and it's over. Seriously, it's an honest worry because Peyton, zero mobility, bench him, okay? So without a doubt, you're going to sit Peyton, you're going to start Eric, and you're going to do really well this week in fantasy football. What time is it? Geek Time, baby! All right, so what we're going to do this week is make it a really short segment because I do have video games coming, and I'm hoping to review those and other things in the works as well. So what I'm going to do is for all you shoppers out there, for your parents or for brothers and sisters that are looking to shop for their significant others, however it is, okay, I'm going to give you my top 5 video games for the holidays. So you can start now so you can look for them. I know Black Friday's coming up. So my top 5 video games for this year, and again, no particular order for this. I don't want you thinking, the number one. No, I'm just going to give you the 5 games. Okay, first of all, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Must have. I'm a COD fan from the start. If you saw the film on the HQ, you saw my limited edition stuff. Love Call of Duty. It's a must buy. Also, Halo 5. I'm hearing it's just money. I'm hearing that's the game to get. We'll see. I used to get irritated with the whole jumping thing on Halo. Then they brought that to Call of Duty. That's going away with the Black Ops 3. But Halo 5 is supposed to be legit. And it's supposed to have a very deep campaign. Let's go with Fallout 4 as my next one. Fallout 4, if you haven't played Fallout, it's pretty cool. It's an RPG style game, and you're kind of after a nuclear Holocaust type thing. It's kind of creepy, kind of scary. It's supposed to be really good. So all the reviews I read on that, that's a must buy. Also, the Uncharted collection for PS4, it's an exclusive game or whatever. Drake's Misfortunes or whatever. It's the whole collection. It's just a very good game. It reminds me a little bit of an Indiana Jones style game. It's awesome. So if you have a PS4, that's an exclusive game you can get. And then the very last game, this comes with a bit of a caveat, okay? Star Wars Battlefront. We've all been waiting for a quality Star Wars game. This is supposed to be it. The fact that you can fly an X-Wing and bust some ass has me well motivated. I've watched many videos over it. But my caveat is this. They've always seemed to fail us. So I'm putting it out there. The reviews are amazing. I haven't played it yet. Once I do, you'll get my personal review. But those are my top 5 games, and that's Geek Time. Normally, I go into my questions, okay? What I'm going to do is I did a clip earlier this past week, and it's going to be a little different. So it's a newer feature. I interviewed one of the subscribers. Please give me feedback. It's my first time. I'll get better at that, as will the people that I interview. I know he seemed a little bit nervous. So bottom line, let me know how it is. I still want to do questions. I didn't get a lot in. I did get one in, so I'll answer this one. Seth asked me if I would interview him, Chubik, Pikey, and a couple other guys all at once for this. Hell no. Read my lips. Hell no. I'm not going to interview you milky lickers because I know that it's just going to be a clusterfuck, and that's all it is. No, but I will interview you guys one-on-one because you guys are all amazing. And I want to get through the top bananas and then other subscribers as well. So anyway, let me know. Please give me feedback and enjoy. So today I have one of the subscribers today, Peter Howard, and we're going to do a segment called 5 Questions with T-Bone. Peter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. That's not one of the questions, though. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. What are your long-term goals? You mentioned something about possibly being a broadcaster in the future. ESPN, Fox Sports 1. What are you looking at? What do you want to do?
Well, yeah, I like just talking about sports and like reporting, that kind of stuff, like journalism. That's the kind of stuff I'm interested in. So anything like ESPN, radio show, Fox Sports, that kind of stuff.
Nice. That's a good end game to have. I think ESPN is pretty spot on. Okay. What do you like best about the show? About T-Bone Capone's PrimeCuts? What segment do you like absolutely the best?
I like all of them, but Swing and Miss is funny because you get pretty passionate about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't
I
like.
love the enthusiasm of the show. It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't really like fucking up. So swing and miss. I think it's a lot of people's favorite. Okay, I got another question for you. If you can meet and interview any athlete, any league in the world, who would it be and why?
Probably either Clint Dempsey or Wayne Rooney, because they're just like I support Man U and Sounders, and they're probably just my two favorite players from those teams.
I hear you. Those are good. Those are absolutely good picks. All right.
Oh yeah.
Give me one card from the Topps Kick app because that's where I found you from. From the Topps Kick app, you got one card to pick as your absolute favorite. What is it?
Ooh, that's hard. Does it have to be one that I own?
No.
Okay. Probably I've seen some diamonds like Dempsey, Rooney.
You got to pick one card.
Really nice.
You got to pick one card, Peter. You are on the clock right now. Give me one card, brother. One card.
Diamond Sig Rooney.
Diamond Sig. There's. Oh yeah, that's my favorite card. Oh wow, that card. I have dirty dreams at night about that card, and I know who owns it. Anyway, all right. Last question. All right, favorite video game.
Oh, FIFA. Easy.
FIFA. That's a great call. All right, Peter. Thanks for being my first subscriber to do 5 questions with T-Bone. You have a good one, man. You have an absolutely good one.
Thank you.
And everyone else, T-Bone out. No more. Not giving you any more. But I did want to let you know one thing. The guy that edits these videos for me, he wanted to put up a little advertisement. I told him that'd be great because he really helps me out. Brandon Burshausen. And here's his little advertisement.
What's happening?